Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Tuesday, January 28th, 2025. So, on this most perfect of Tuesdays,
Yes.
did you do the crossword?
Yes.
And was it a perfectly good crossword?
It was a perfectly good Tuesday crossword.
Good. Good. What did you find the most appealing about that crossword?
Well, I thought the theme reminded me of another puzzle in the Times, Connections. I could just see those theme clue words being 4 words in connection.
I see. Mm-hmm.
So if you've never played Connections, you don't know what I'm talking about. But the Connections puzzle in the New York Times wants you to find 4 words that are related in some way.
Right.
And oftentimes it is extremely obscure how they are related. Like add an S and you get 4 different candy bars
Yes.
or something. Yep. So this was sort of along that line. But the theme today involved 4 theme clues and then the revealer, which was rather amusing, I thought. So I'll go through them quickly. 17 across, the 68 participants in the NCAA March Madness tournament, and those were seeded teams. Then you had 28 across, Michelangelo's David and the Venus de Milo for 2, and those were marble statues. And then 47 across, Purim or Rosh Hashanah, and those were that was a Jewish holiday. And then finally, a blast from the past here, 61 across, old TV series featuring the creepy main character Barnabas Collins, and that was Dark Shadows. And the revealer was 68 and 69 across, courtroom directive, or homophonetically, what the starts of the themed clues are. And the answer to 68 across was all, and the answer to 69 across was rise, all rise, which is a courtroom directive. But if you look at the first word in each of the theme clues, they are all different kinds of rye bread. So all rise is appropriate. Mm-hmm. Seeded, marble, Jewish, and dark.
Yep.
So quite the theme.
Did you get that theme?
I did, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea what they were talking about.
Oh, it's sort of like Connections sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like, huh?
Usually I can get Connections. I can get 3 out of the 4, and then once you've got the 3 out of the 4, whatever's left is going to be,
right.
They're connected.
Mm-hmm. I am not so fortunate when it comes to Connections.
Mm-hmm.
No.
But you did splendidly here.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I got through this fairly quickly.
Mm-hmm.
More quickly than Mondays.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I didn't have too much difficulty with it, but I did find myself having to go to the crosses a lot. Like, I mean, it started off with one across, Wagner heroine, and that was Zolda, I guess.
I thought I knew it, and I'm like, oh, I know this one. It's Eloise. And I put in Eloise, which worked for a little while, but then it's like, oh, I guess it's not.
Not for long. Because one down was TSA requirements, and that was IDs.
IDs, yes. But the O worked for Oreo, 3 down, which was cookie with its name on it. And, of course, the last E worked, too. So.
But it didn't, because the last E was for 6 down in one's golden ears, elderly.
Right.
But it definitely didn't work for 4 down, item on a fire truck, ladder.
No, that's right. That's right. So,
seeded teams didn't come to me. The 68 participants in the NCAA March Madness tournament.
Mm-hmm. I thought teams, and I knew they were like basketball. I'm going to put basketball teams, but of course that didn't fit. Mm-hmm. So I put in teams, and then eventually I got seeded from the downs. Mm-hmm.
27 down I had fun with. It was Olympics no-no, and I had it starting with an S, and I had an I, at least I thought I had an I from Jewish holiday. So I went for smoking, which actually the I was in the wrong place. But anyways, I decided that an Olympics no-no would be smoking.
I bet some of the athletes smoke.
I'm sure the Olympics would say no smoking, but it turned out the answer was steroid.
Yes.
No steroids.
Definitely.
No steroids while smoking. That's especially an especially big problem.
Yeah, with that 47 across Jewish holiday, I filled that in, and I thought, oh, that can't be right, because J was at the bottom of a down, 28 down. I'm like, what would end in a J? Well, Nicki, with the 2014 hit Anaconda, certainly does. Nicki Minaj.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was nicely done.
Uh-huh.
We had carrying on with Will's obsession with large-nosed animals. 37 across, Sow's sniffer was a snout.
That's correct.
And then we had 33 down. F1 neighbor was ESC for escape, the escape key.
Mm-hmm.
That one I actually...
Yeah, that was clever.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
And pretty straightforward.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's see. 40 down. 40 down was fowl poles, where fowl is spelled F-O-W-L, and the answer was roosts.
That's right.
So chickens are on poles?
On roosts, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
I really don't know too much about the life of chickens.
Right. Well, I mean, they have a nest, but then they also will be on a pole.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is
they
this
can grab on and just sit on a pole.
Is this some sort of circus event that they're involved in?
No, that's a lot of birds do that.
I just envisioned them in like some farmhouse or coop or something.
Yeah.
And I just imagine a bunch of wooden shelves with a little bit of straw, and they're sitting there. But I don't. The pole
those are their nests.
But where's the pole in all of this?
Well, it could be in another part of the hen house.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they sort of take a little visit to the pole.
Yeah, if they want to.
I see. Okay. We had 44 across. Seaworthy was so-so.
Right.
I would like to point out that C used to be average, not sort of so-so, but of course now it's just like, oh, you got a C.
Yep.
Everybody has to be above average now.
That's right. Yep.
Let's see. We had 53 down. 53 down was way off base. I went for awry, A-W-R-Y.
Oh,
but it turned out to be AWOL.
AWOL, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually got that straight.
Uh-huh.
And then for 67 across, place for a lace. I somehow got a little bit confused and decided that it was lash, and so I went for eyelid.
Oh.
And then I realized, oh wait, that's a lace, not a lash, and so that was eyelet.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just read it as place for lace, and I was thinking, well, collar, or
sure,
trim, some sort of trim. But no, it was place for a lace, meaning like a shoelace. So eyelet was the answer.
And that second I of eyelet ran into 49 down. It's up when you're angry. Dander.
Dander, yes. You ever get your dander up?
Only when I haven't shampooed properly. So going back to 61 across, the old TV series featuring the creepy main character Barnabas Collins.
Barnabas Collins, yes.
What was that?
It was a soap opera with vampires.
Really?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay.
And Barnabas Collins was sort of the star, but there were other vampires too. And of course, they would bite people, and then they would become vampires.
And that was a soap opera.
And it was a soap opera. Yeah, it was on like in the afternoon.
Wow.
Yeah, it was kind of different.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of campy, really, but it didn't last too long. But yeah, that was.
Yeah, I never heard of that.
Part of my early college days, I think.
And I guess that explains why.
Maybe late high school days.
And I guess because it was a soap, that explains why it was never like, there are a lot of television shows that spun out of old time radio.
Right.
But I don't think this one did.
No, But I believe they made a movie of it many, many years later. I think Johnny Depp was in it.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, called Dark Shadows.
Well, I'll definitely have to check that out.
It was a bomb, I believe. but yep, Dark Shadows.
All right. Well, that is it for the crossword then. This was by Dan Margulis, and it was his 5th. Well done, Dan.
Very good.
And now, since it is Tuesday, it is time for Triplet Tuesday. And Triplet Tuesday, for new listeners, is where one of us reads 3 clues to the other. The answer to all 3 clues is one 3-letter answer, and the object is to guess that answer in as few clues as possible. We do it 3 times, hence the name Triplet Tuesday. I believe you will be posing the questions, and I will be coming up with spectacularly wrong answers.
Or maybe right.
Or maybe right. And for those of you who are listening, you can also hit pause after Jean has asked the question. See if you can figure it out before I do.
Okay. You ready?
Shouldn't be too hard. Yes, I am.
Here's your first clue.
Ready.
Bad thing to break.
Bad thing to break. Whoa. Oh, man, that could be bad thing to break. Don't go breaking my heart. No, that's too many letters.
That's a bad thing to break, but it's more than 3 letters.
ACL. Now, hang on. Bad thing to break. Vow.
Oh, that's right. I thought you'd say law.
Nope.
Okay, well, you got it in one.
Yeah, it took me a while, though.
Uh-huh. The second clue was, I'll never do it again. Example.
I'll never do it again. That's a vow. Well, okay, I'm not sure if that would have helped at all.
Shoot. And that was going to be my first one.
Uh-huh.
But then I'm like, he always gets the first one. I'll do the second one. So I did the second one, and you got the second one. Okay, then the third one was, I do at the altar.
Okay.
You would have
I would probably gotten that, yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Whoa.
Listeners, how'd you do?
You're on a roll here, okay?
Ready?
Well, I guess one isn't really a roll.
One is it's a roulette.
Uh-huh.
Not to be confused with a Rolex.
Right. Okay. Well, here's your second one.
Ready.
First clue.
Okay.
London Zoo feature.
London Zoo feature. Oh, man. London Zoo. Zed.
That's right.
Wow.
Are you looking these up?
No, I am not. I would never, ever, ever. But I thought, what is unique about London? And I thought, okay, it's British pronunciation and Canadian pronunciation, by the way. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, the second one there was End of the London Blitz.
Okay.
And the third one was End of the alphabet in Canada.
Oh.
Yeah. If you really didn't get the one of the first two, that would have cinched it. Whew. Okay. Well, boy, you're doing great.
Yep.
Okay.
Listeners, we hope you're keeping up.
Uh-huh. Okay.
You couldn't be doing better at this point. You can't get it in 0 unless you guessed it in 0. You just went "Wow" without any prompting.
Mm-hmm. All right. Here's your third set of clues.
Ready.
Number 1, 10-4.
Okay, so 10-4. Bye, B-Y-E.
No. B-Y-E.
Well, because you'd say goodbye to someone.
Oh, I see. Yep. Okay. No, that's wrong. Okay. Next one. Sure is.
Sure is?
Yep. Sure is.
A-OK.
No, afraid not.
Okay.
Okay. Slangy affirmative.
Yup.
Yup is right.
Yup. The answer to 10-4 is yup.
Yup. That's what you'd say. Yep. It's a big 10-4.
Oh, good grief. Who edits these? Oh, wait, probably Will Shorts.
Mm-hmm. So, well, you did extremely well.
Well,
1 and 3.
1 and 3. I was doing, too bad I just loused up with that 10-4.
Well, I was thinking maybe with sure is you would say like, yeah. like, Y-E-8, yeah, or yay. Or,
That was, what was the, do you remember the day of the week that was a clue?
No, I didn't look at that.
Feels like a Saturday to me.
It could have been, I don't know, but it's interesting as you go searching for these 3-letter words and then the clues. There are so many 3-letter words where all the clues are almost exactly the same.
Right, because there's just nothing else they can do with it.
That's right. Yeah, there's just really not too much of a variation. But anyway, well done.
All right. Listeners, we hope you did well too. Let us know how you did. crosswordpodcast@icloud.com. And that is it for today. So thanks everyone for listening.
Yep.
Wednesday's crossword's out. We're going to tackle it. We hope you will too. And we'll be back to talk about that crossword tomorrow.
Bye-bye.